Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today, quarantine down, having billions of ideas going through my mind, and I came up with an idea. Mass Effect 5. Now, I know what people are thinking. Mass Effect 5, no, Mass Effect 4. I know what people are thinking. You know, Ubisoft and, BioWare, they're laying off on the Mass Effect franchise. I believe they're focusing on a Dragon Age. They got a new Dragon Age about to come out. And I hope that's as good as Inquisition, because I loved Dragon Age Inquisition. I really love. I don't even like the other Dragon Ages. For some reason, I really loved Inquisition. I can't put my mind on it. I just love Dragon Age Inquisition. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the way you play the game. I dug the shit out of it. But it started making me think about, I was replaying it, and it started making me think about Mass Effect. And I recently replayed all 4 Mass Effects. I played the original Mass Effect trilogy, and I played Andromeda again. Andromeda is not as bad of a game as I remember it being. Sure, the story's like meh. Sure, there's a lot of characters I do not give a rat's ass about. And sure, it just feels it does feel limiting. It feels like a hollow, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it feels like a hollowed charade of original Mass Effect trilogy. So, and that got me to thinking, like, I really, like, once they will inevitably bring Mass Effect back. They have to. It's too big of a name, and even though that people have a bad taste in their mouth, I believe that Mass Effect Andromeda sold pretty well. I don't know, comment below. Did Mass Effect Andromeda sell really well? I didn't check that. I think Mass Effect Andromeda sold pretty well, though. It just, had a whole bunch of other issues. And it kind of pisses me off because although I didn't think Mass Effect Andromeda was a huge disappointment, was a huge failure to the standards that we were expecting, I didn't think it was so bad they should have quit on it. You know what I mean? I thought they should have pushed through, put out the DLCs they're gonna put out. I wanted to see what the Quarians were doing because there was a Quarian ship out there we never got to see. There were a bunch of ships out there. I'm like, I wanted to see what that ship was. Like, but they never put out the DLC. They didn't keep pushing forward. They bent the knee and just quit, which is dumb. They should have just kept pushing forward. Maybe they would have made it through this shit. They probably would have made it through. And there's plenty of games that have fucked up and just pushed through. Destiny fucked up and they just kept pushing through. I mean, they got a Destinies too. Destiny 2. But I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm here to talk about the future. And I believe with every bit of fiber in me that the safest future, and I'm thinking about this from a business perspective, business and story. Now understand, when I talk about a lot of things on my channel, a lot of things I talk about from a business perspective, because too many people think when they talk about shit, think about emotions and stuff. Like for instance, Madden. Everyone hates Madden apparently, except people who play Madden, but everyone else hates Madden. Madden makes more money every year than most games make every decade. Like Madden makes shit ton of money. Like I'm talking oodles of money. I mean, they made so much money on Madden 20. It's crazy. So that's why I always kind of push back against stuff, because I'm like, well shit, why would I change something if I'm making money off of it? But the thing is, if I was them, if I were the guys working on the Mass Effect game, first of all, I'd either call it Mass Effect 4 or just Mass Effect. The Mass Effect, or something like that. The Mass Effect, something like that. To separate yourself from Andromeda. But the thing is, you might have to retcon Mass Effect 3, which I don't think a lot of people will have a problem with you for. The fact that Mass Effect 3 is very controversial in terms of the ending, I think you can play that against your favor. And that means, I think what you do is, you're Shepard. Bring back Shepard, bring back the Normandy crew, bring us back to where we were at the end of Mass Effect 3, retcon it a little bit to say that Shepard survived, retcon a little bit to be like, this is what he did. This is what he did. He blew it up. Be like, no, this is what happened. He blew it up. Because I don't think a lot of people would be too upset about that, about him blowing it up. I don't think there's going to be a ton of Mass Effect fans. And I feel like, and every time I've brought this up in conversations, most people are like, well, but you had to make a choice between blowing it up and doing this. And you only got that one end credit scene if you did certain things correctly. It's like, no, screw all that. Screw all of that. Now, maybe you can keep some of the other bits, But as far as the final decision goes, screw the final decision. Just say, this is what happened, Shepard survived it, and move on from there. And then, once you move on from there, you either have two decisions to make. You either make the story about Shepard, or you make the story about another character in that world. But either way, you have to go back to that world. Go back to that world, milk that nostalgia, bring Garrus back, bring back Joker, bring back everyone, bring all the crew back, bring Rex back, bring the whole crew back, bring Grunt back, play it as if everyone survived, everyone who could have survived. Play it like that. And like there's many different ways to go about this. And like I said, either play it as you're a different character, maybe Shepard's son, maybe a different character who survived the events of the third game, or you are Shepard. Now, I would dig an idea. I had this idea that I threw to Seth. And it's the first video we ever made, actually. The first video I ever made on my channel was about Mass Effect Andromeda theories. And one of the theories that I liked, and I really still like it, is the idea that the explosion happens and Shepard forgot who he was. He forgot who he was. You know, the universe is in more chaos now because the relays are all broken. You know, the Mass Effect relays are all broken, so certain planets are on their own, and the universe is in chaos. And like Shepard not remembering who he is. Maybe he's so damaged that his face was damaged and he had to get a new face. Shepard not remembering who he is, you know, he goes out there, he's got these skills still, he becomes a pirate, and he can play like this fragmented thing going there where Shepard's not who he thinks he is. Or you could do that and be his son, be his son, because you always end up with because you know, like I said, maybe like there's certain decisions that they would have to help that you would have to pick, but I'd be fine. I'd be fine going through a list of decisions that were made throughout the other games, but key decisions that were made throughout the other games. Or I would be fine, or the fact that EA has Mass Effect, they have the Mass Effect games, you could be able to just download all your information over. Like the fact the Mass Effect trilogy is probably going to be backwards compatible throughout the next gen too, so you should be able to just take all that information and just backwards, you know, just push it through the fourth game. I just want them, at the end of the day, I think that the smart answer is not to start over, not to go to a different galaxy, not to do anything crazy. If you're going to make another Mass Effect, put it in that world after the events of Mass Effect 3. Because that's what people are curious about. At least that's what I was curious about. What happened after that? How did humanity go on after that? How did people live after that? Is Shepard dead? Because according to you know, the Mass Effect 3, depending on your decisions, he might take a final breath or something at the end and not be dead. So either way, it has to take place then, because that's an interesting way to do it. It's a lawless space. It's a familiar space. You could play, like, literally. I mean, how great would it be to see, like, to see these different places that you once visited in the other three games completely different now because of the environment, because of how things have gone down. Characters living completely different now. You know, just things that are different because of how things went down. I think that if they're going to make another Mass Effect, which I would dub Mass Effect 4 or the Mass Effect, they have to bring it back here. Either go with Shepard, which the safe bet is to go with Shepard, because putting him back on that cover and playing up the fact that he's back and playing up the mystery of how he survived, actually go with that. Because the idea, because think of the marketing campaign for that. All the people who hate Mass Effect, think about this. Admit it to yourself. You would be curious, at least curious, if you saw Shepard's back. If they played up the marketing of, like, if they had this trailer and you're like, oh man, it's another Mass Effect game. And it's like, oh, this takes place in another universe. You'd be like, oh cool. And you're like following this, maybe this outlaw, this bounty hunter or something. And then the bounty hunter takes his helmet off and it's Shepard. Tell me you wouldn't shit your pants. Tell me you wouldn't be like, oh shit, it's Shepard. I thought he was dead. Ooh, I gotta get this game. Come on, guys. You guys are losing out on opportunities. Y'all only did Andromeda because you lost the entire crew of the original Mass Effect. You don't gotta get them all back, but you gotta get enough of them back so that you can do this. But that's my thought. That's my theory on a Mass Effect 4, or the Mass Effect as I would call it, is that you gotta do this. You either gotta bring Shepard back, or have him or have a kid, or have another character. But the absolute thing is you gotta make this game happen in the aftermath of what happened in 3. Why are you going off doing some other shit? This is your franchise. Just do it. Just keep going. Just go, this is what happened afterwards. You can get a new character. You can put it in the future. But you don't leave that kind of material behind. You don't leave that behind. What happened? How everybody changed? Is Joker okay? What happened after those relays blew up? Come on, guys. You can't leave that on the table. You're leaving money on the table. BioWare, you gotta hop on that. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. And what do you think? BioWare should do if they are to do another Mass Effect, which I know they're gonna do. We both know they're gonna do it because it's too big of an IP not to go back to that well. But if they're gonna do it, I think they should do it that way. How do you guys think they should go about it? Please comment below. Let me know. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. I'll see you guys in the next one.